What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition, your post-game edition of the evolution of Sports Talk Television, as your South Florida Bulls fall to 6-3 in heartbreaking fashion. And it really just goes back to the slow start, right? I mean, but give credit to where credit is due. Number one, Navy was the better team today. They were the better team. They made more plays at more critical times. And we talked about it. Once again, I'm your host, Peter Blake, here live from Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. They made more critical plays, and we talked about the defense stepping up today, and the defense couldn't get that stop. Could not get that stop. Could not get that final stop. You could not get that final possession. It was heartbreaking to see, with 1 second left to go, you're depending basically on a hook and ladder play, which you need a miracle at that point. But USF has the only one to blame is themselves, because their defense got dominated today. And I think it goes back to the play there where there's about a minute left in the game. You need to stop with Woodson at the helm for Blake Horvath, who was great today, especially on the ground. And the line just wants it more. That team just wants it more at that point. Even though he stopped, it looks like his forward progress has stopped at that point. They're able to dominate the line of scrimmage. We always talk about it. You could talk about skill positions all day long. And listen, this was an exciting game. It would have been easy for the Bulls, being down 24-9 at halftime, to just say, you know what, it's over with. We're done. But they come back. But Navy never looked back. They led for the entire game. USF was trying to get back into it and just couldn't make the key stops at the critical times. In listening to Alex Golesh, he's heartbroken. I think there's a lot of Bulls fans that are heartbroken because he had everything to gain in this game. Everything in front of you. And your defense didn't show up. It's disappointing. So definitely want to hear from you Bulls fans. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I don't know why YouTube isn't working at this point. That's weird. That's very weird. Okay, well, we will go ahead and go on. What's up, Peter Blake? What's going on? Sitting, how you doing?
Oh, yeah.
YouTube isn't working. That slow start doomed them. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it comes down to. It comes down to the slow start. It comes down to what Coach Golesh said at the end of the game. They've got explosive plays. The offense came out slow. We talked about it over and over again. We talked about it at halftime. We talked about it on the pregame show with Travis Faley of Rocket Sports and Entertainment. You had to get off to a fast start. You weren't able to do that today. You got down early. But again, give credit to the Bulls getting back in the game. Lots of scoring plays on both sides of the ball, as the defense was optional, as you can hear Alabama fans in the background whooping it up here as their team is playing right now, as they're having a watch party here at Tampa Joe's. You got to love that. So for all intents purposes, any opportunity for this Bulls team to be in the college football playoff has ended. And they're just not ready. Defensively, they're not good enough. Offensively, you hope that Byron Brown comes back, because he had a day. He had a day, kids. And I'll tell you right now, he's fantastic. He's a fantastic quarterback. I know that he threw an interception early. That hurts you. The Bulls defense gets a fumble, so kind of cancels it out. It takes away a position. Again, you needed that one possession. But overall, look at the numbers. 23 for 32, 317, 2 touchdowns. Of course, the one interception. And then on the ground, 17 carries for 136 and 2 touchdowns. Tremendous. Absolutely tremendous by them. And Jeremiah Coger, 9 catches for 112, 1 touchdown. I love this kid. He's only a freshman. A trick play to get them back in the game. You really have to appreciate this team. But their defense today let them down. No doubt about it. Blake Horvath, 8 for 14, 147, 1 touchdown. But that wasn't the story of the game. The story of the game was not only his rushing ability, but Alex Teza, 12 carries for 126. And then Eli Heinreich, 5 receptions for 146. Those were the two players that we said coming in that you had to stop, and they weren't able to stop them today. And then overall, team statistically, 524 total yards by Navy, 186 passing, but rushing 338 yards. The Bulls lost last year 28-7. Again, a much closer game today, 41-38, but they gave up 330 rushing yards, 338 today. So disappointing. Also getting some things from the press conference from Alex Golish. Just writing down some notes. He says, we got to play better football. He's all about the process. They do have to play better football. You have to start out well, and in those critical times, you have to make key stops. And they weren't able to do it, even with Blake Horvath going out in the game. Woodson comes in, and you know what? You're thinking you got a break at that point. And he showed some things today. He made a couple big throws. I only went 2 for 4 for 39, but made a big throw there, big play. And then on the ground, Braxton Woodson, 9 carries for 103 yards. So they really didn't miss a beat. And again, we knew the challenge was there. Coming into it, this team leading college football with rushing, you had to stand up. You had to make some stops. They weren't able to do it. So Bulls fans definitely want to hear from you today. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. As we are live here on Facebook. Give to Facebook stars. If you like the content, give to the content. We're on YouTube Super Chats. I see it is working. I don't know why it's not working on your end. Let's go out to Christopher Cole here. It sucks, but I believe they're a year away if they can all come back. Yeah, I mean, that's the key. You're maybe a year away. It's so disappointing, though. I mean, you can hear it in the coach's voice. You're just that close. You need one more possession, just a little bit more time. And Navy's able to make the plays when they need to. So let's go back and let's kind of recap what happened in this game in the second half, of course, because we already talked about the first half. Brown gets it closer there as the defense gets a third down stop, which you didn't hear a lot from today. The defense made some stops. And even Coach Golish talked about this in his postgame show, how there were times where the defense did stand up. They did make some stops. And just USF offensively wasn't good enough. But in that third quarter, it seemed like it turned around. As USF, that seems like that's their money quarter. Whether it's the second or the third, they're outscoring their opponents by a large margin. And they look like they had the momentum there. 36-yard play to Jeremiah Koger, which was a key. And then at that point, Byron Brown goes in for a touchdown to make it 24-16 as USF gets it closer there. Kirkwood kicks a 31-yard field goal at that point to make it 27. Critical play, though, in this drive. You have to pay attention to these type of things because this is going to separate you. This is what we talk about when it comes down to details. The devil's in the details, right? That old adage, I guess I've never understood what it means, but you kind of know what it means, Bucs fans. The devil's in the details when it comes to the Bucs losing to the New England Patriots last week. The devil's in the details when it comes to USF losing, because it looks like USF has all the momentum at that point. They're able to get off the field. You get a punt, and then you run into the punter. Critical penalty. I watched the replay. It was terrible. It's a terrible call, but you can't do it. You can't touch the punter at that point. I guess you can't breathe on the punter. So instead of getting the ball back on the punt, Navy takes advantage of that penalty being a 5-yarder. They go for it on 4th and 3. Can't shut them down. Can't make a stop at that point. So Navy gets new life. They convert the 4th down. And how did they convert the 4th down? By going for a long pass where our USF defender's hand is caught in the cookie jar. Face guarding, pass interference, 1st down, and at that point, Navy's in business. And they settle for that field goal, and once again, you're chasing points. Instead of getting the ball back with all the momentum at that juncture, Navy gets points on the board, and they continue to keep the momentum. Again, give this team Navy all the credit in the world. And now they've got everything in front of them. They have an opportunity to win this conference. They have an opportunity to be in the championship game. And who knows, maybe they have an opportunity for the college football playoff. There's a lot of things in front of them. But they play like the team today that wanted it more. So you put points on that board. At that point, it's 27-16. Not to fret, USF gets back in the game. Byron Brown rushing for 60 yards, quarterback draw, and nobody's catching this young man. Nobody. So USF draws closer as they're down 27-24. Then at a critical time, USF's defense has to step up. You have to make a play. Woodson comes in for Horvath. They go down, drive. Woodson rushes for 20 yards for a touchdown. Over and over again, whether it was an inside running or the outside running, especially on the outside, USF couldn't make the tackles. They couldn't make the stops. It's so disappointing. It really is. Because we saw a different defense today. We saw a defense that was overwhelmed. We saw a defense that didn't have any answers when it came to this Navy offense. And schematically, we talked about in the pregame show that, once again, this would be a challenge. Not only their rushing game, but the looks that they give you. The quarterback option, the read option, the pitches outside. Todd Orlando's defense had no answer for that today. We'll go back out to the comments. What was with the onside kick at the end? They should have kicked the ball deep. Held them. They would have a chance to tie with the field goal. Yeah, questionable call. I don't get that either. I don't understand that call at all. Nico Grammatica didn't have a great day. You missed the extra point there, although I don't think it was necessarily all his fault. In fact, I don't think it was. The majority of that was a bad snap. And then the timing is screwed up. So instead of being 34-31, it's 34-30. And then also you tried for an onside kick, which I don't understand the decision at all. I think you kick it away. You let your defense try to do it at that juncture. But again, it worked out that way. That's how it worked out. So you go back to it where you're down at that point 34-24. Then the Bulls get tricky with it. They get tricky. They come out. And I think, again, this offense looked great in the second half. The first half, score 9 points, get up to a slow start, have a turnover. It's been one of those things this year that has really crippled this team. And listen, you may be able to get down to the bad teams in this conference. You may be able to do that and get away with it. But against a disciplined team that is well coached and has seniors and guys that have been there before, you're not going to be able to get away with it with them at all. You're not going to, because they're going to make you pay for it. They did with the slow start. So, but again, give them credit to where credit is due. Nakia Davenport, they throw a pitch back there to Davenport and Davenport throws it to Koger. So at the time, it looked like, I believe it was Brown to Davenport behind the line of scrimmage, and Davenport throws it down the field. Koger, and it looks like it's a little bit short, but he catches it like a shoestring catch. This young man is so impressive. Only a freshman, big body wide receiver, somebody that Bulls fans can definitely look forward to seeing here in the next couple of years, because this kid, the sky is the limit. I really like him a lot. So, again, you get back into it, 34-30. We talked about it. You missed the extra point. at that juncture, and then you need a stop by that defense. You need to get off the field, and we saw it a couple times. Not too many times, but you need a stop at that point. You're not able to get that stop because Braxton Woodson rushes for 64 yards to the house. At that point, it is academic, 41-30. Bulls make it closer there with a tunnel screen to Madej Rubin. Breaks the tackle, 41 yards down the sideline there. And once again, it's 41-38. But Navy runs out the clock for the day. Once again, Navy 524 total yards when it comes down to it. Just way too many yards for them. If you want to be a good defense, if you want to be in college football contention, college football playoff contention, you can't allow a team to go for over 300 rushing yards. You just can't do it. You just can't. For the day, when it comes down to third down efficiency, Navy was 5 for 14, 1 for 2 on fourth downs, but definitely aided by penalties on the fourth down, which is a tough pill to swallow. It's absolutely a tough pill to swallow if you're a Bulls fan. And then, of course, they had the one turnover at the beginning, 7 penalties for 65, but good game by Navy at the end of the day. So Bulls fall to Navy at this point. They're now 7-3. UAB up next. We'll be here live from Tampa Joe's. Get down here and let's talk about it if you're a Bulls fan at this point. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I don't understand the onside kick at that point. I don't get it. Don't get it at all. And then, again, going back to what, Coach Golis said, he said it's on me. I'll take full responsibility for it. Because we started out slow. We didn't come out. You didn't have that fast scoring drive when it comes to USF football. You start out slow, and then they get explosive plays in that first half. And definitely we talked about how concerning it was with this, rushing defense. Could they come up? Could they make the stop? They didn't do enough of that. They did not. For the day, we talked about it. Blake Horvath, 8 for 14, 147, 1 touchdown. Braxton Woodson, 2 for 439, had a big pass there. And then Teska, 12 carries for 126, 1 touchdown. He was tough to stop. Braxton Woodson, 9 carries for 103 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, didn't skip a beat. And then Blake Horvath, when it comes to the running game, 21 for 60. And the passing game, we talked about the guy who killed USF last year with a 60-yard touchdown. Had an 82-yard play there in the first half, the longest pass play for Navy this year. One-handed, extraordinary catch to put them in position to go up there by 2 scores over USF in the first half. Finished out the day, 5 carries for 146. Joshua Guerin, 1 for 16. Again, the passing game necessarily wasn't there. And it's not like, listen, they got to Brown in the first half, but again, the second half was definitely a track meet. If you liked offense, you liked offensive football, defense was optional in that second half with Brown once again just stealing the show. I got to go back to his numbers. Again, 23 for 32, 317, 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception. We talked about Davenport there with the pass. Great passing play, great trick play there. Wide open, and nearly the pass there was short of the receiver. But once again, shoestring catch by Koger. And then Brown for the day when it comes back to rushing. 17 carries for 136, 2 touchdowns. They did rush the ball. I mean, if there's some good things you could take out of this game in the second half, it's the fact that the points they put on the board, which would be for USF, 346 passing yards for USF, 200 rushing yards, 546, but just a slow start. Slow start just really did them in. And the fact that you couldn't make stops. So slow starts, can't make stops, you're not there yet. The season's not over. You still have an opportunity to surpass the 7 wins you had last year. You still have an opportunity. Who knows? Maybe a miracle happens, but again, on all intents purposes, any opportunity for this Bulls team to go to the college football playoff and win this conference is pretty much done. Fourth down, 2 for 3. They went for it a couple times there. Got it, worked, successful. I really don't get the onside kick. I don't get that. That was one head-scratching decision right there. A lot of people didn't like the fact that they took the points in the first half. I like that. I don't go for it at that point. I mean, just defense not able to make stops. You just can't give up that many rushing yards when it comes down to it. So overall, Bulls lose here, and it's definitely disappointing. All right, let's go out to some of the comments here, and we'll see how long we're going to be on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Remember, tune in tomorrow at 11 o'clock as we get you ready for another game day situation when it comes to watch parties here, whether it's USF Bulls, Alabama Crimson Tide in the background, and of course, and they're saying Roll Tide. We got your pregame show there, 11 o'clock, when we break down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing the Buffalo Bills. Can the Bucs get back on the winning track here, being at 6-3 against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills? They're on the road. Weather is expected not to be very good, so maybe that's an advantage. We talked with Harry the Greek about this on Wednesday night on the Sports Web, and hopefully he'll show up tomorrow. But he believes that will be an advantage for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Maybe that takes away the passing game. Maybe that is the advantage that the Bucs need to get that running game going. We got you covered here at 11 o'clock at Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. Let's go out to our comments here. Damn, could have even beat Navy. Shaking my head. Listen, Navy's no slouch. They're 8-2. Okay? They had a loss against UTSA. They had a loss versus Notre Dame where you don't have your quarterback for the whole game. But that's a pretty good team over there. And again, they're well disciplined. They deserve to win this game. They made more plays at critical times, and they were able to put USF in a big time hole in the first half. So I know there's a lot of Bulls fans that are disappointed when it comes down to it. But it's just not there yet. It's not there for this USF team. And it's heartbreaking because you're so close and there's so many big plays and such an exciting game. But once again, I keep on saying it, you can't get down 24-9 and expect to come back. Give credit to where credit is due. USF does make a great comeback, but they're just not able to stop the bleeding when it comes to that running game. Had no answer at all for the Midshipmen's offense when it came to running the ball, whether it was Horvath or whether it was Woodson at that point. Let's go out to Van House Live here. Navy always wins. No D, go for 2. The first touchdown onside kick. Yeah, I didn't understand the going for 2 for the either. Why not take the points at that juncture? It's 14-10. I mean, again, those are points that you're chasing. It changes the complexion of the game. Hindsight is 20/20, but when that decision was made, I didn't understand it either. I didn't get it. I think you're outthinking yourself at that point instead of taking the points. But definitely go for 2 onside kick. Don't understand some of the calls, but Navy at home, senior day, tough loss. Yeah, senior day. Of course, those guys want to go on a winning note. They got lots of pride. In the defense, once again, just had no answer. None at all. Did Miami win? At least have no idea at this point. We did see Notre Dame. Michigan kicks a game-winning field goal to beat Northwestern at Wrigley Field. Texas A&M comes back from a 30-10 deficit, I believe, to win their game here. Arizona beats Cincinnati. Again, Texas takes on Georgia tonight. We're watching Virginia and Duke, and I believe also you got Oklahoma just now. Alabama just scored, so now it is 10-7 Oklahoma over Alabama. Again, the rest of the games tonight in college football. So an exciting day, but a heartbreaking day if you're a Bulls fan, because, again, by all intents purposes, the season is over when it comes to any opportunity of having a college football playoff and also most likely winning the AAC. Maybe, again, I don't think it's their year. Maybe another year at this point. You get another year. Maybe Brown comes back. You start to reload again. But I definitely think there's some good things you can take out of this game. I think there's some great things you can take out of the season. And one of those things is Brown, who has continued to be the consistent force that runs this offense. And the outside weapons. Keyshawn Singleton had a pretty good game today. And again, Jeremiah Coger. He's become a great target, a great asset, even being as a freshman. So there's a lot of good things to take out of it. Defensively, not good enough. You're not good. You're not going anywhere when you give up that many yards on the ground, period. Because you control the line of scrimmage. On top of it, you have the momentum. And then time of possession, we go back to what we always talk about it. And I get it that USF has this high tempo offense, but you're running clock. You're wearing the defense out. 36 minutes today when it comes to time of possession. And what really kills you about it is they're so close. Like they're so close on some of these plays, especially with that 4th and 3 there, where it shouldn't even be a 4th and 3. You should be getting the ball back, but you pick up a critical penalty with running into the punter. Again, that gives second life to a team. You just can't do those type of things and give a team second life at that point. You do give them second life, and basically they make you pay for it. And then you also pick up a pass interference penalty, which is tough. Can't face guard. USF got some benefit of some calls too. They did. They definitely got the benefit of some calls. They got a pass interference in this on a couple of drives there, but it was the right call. It was definitely the right call. So we'll see. It's the Bucs' turn to lose tomorrow, and I will say this to you. Van House Life was Todd Bowles calling the plays of the Bulls today. That could explain it. That koala bear is always right. That he is. He's not a koala bear, though. It's the Greek. Hopefully, he'll be joining me tomorrow here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Van House Life, I'm glad to hear you're a Chicago Bulls fan, Pete. Once again, just spewing all kinds of nonsense. It's USF Bulls football, you moron.
That's good enough to suck right there.
And then Peter for coach of the Bulls. No, Alex Golish is doing a hell of a job. Just wasn't there today for them. He even talked about it. We got outplayed in some critical times. That's tough. That's tough to hear. And whether it's penalty situations, whether it's this and that and the other thing, it just hurts. It really does. It definitely hurts when it comes down to your Bulls falling to 7-3, losing to Navy 41-38 as defensively just not good enough. Not good enough. You still haven't been able to figure out this Navy offense. Hopefully you get an opportunity to figure them out next year because it was not good today. It was not good to see all those explosive plays. That definitely hurt this team also. When you have explosive plays and then on top of it, you're able to do whatever you want to with the time of possession, that's definitely not a great thing. That's for sure. All right, open phone line, 727-255-0391 at 727-255-0391. See you tomorrow morning. Absolutely bright and early at 11 o'clock as we get you ready for Bucs versus the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen. Hopefully the weather is not so much of a big factor at this point, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of weather you have tomorrow, what it will do to that offense. Of course, the big story when it comes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming into this game, no Bucky Irving, no Chris Godwin Jr. So you're once again depending on the likes of Rashad White. Sean Tucker may have a big game. Hopefully Baker Mayfield another week there is rested enough, healthy enough, and then offensive line can do something versus, listen, a pretty banged up Buffalo Bills defense. So we got you covered all tomorrow here live from Tampa Joe's. Great food, great atmosphere, and of course, home of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. We'll read the rest of these comments, and then I think we'll just get out of here for the day here. I will definitely give you a break as it's been a long day, a good day, an exciting second half, but just not good enough. They're just not good enough yet. I think they'll get there. I believe in Coach Golish. I like where he's got this program going. But again, you've got to have better starts when it comes to a big matchup, especially on the road in a hostile environment. You've got to. You can't get down 24-9. You can't give up explosive plays. You can't give up over 200 yards of rushing. And most likely, if you have one more possession, maybe you win this game. As crazy as it sounds, but you didn't get that. You didn't get that today. Navy's the better team. They made more plays at critical times. And, of course, as we always talk about, the penalty situation just kills you, especially running into the punter and having the pass interference. It is just tough. So Bulls fall 41-38 to Navy. Again, we'll read the rest of these comments, and then we will get out of here for the day and the night. We'll be back here at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, getting you ready for Bucks versus the Buffalo Bills. I think we'll have Harry the Greek here. I definitely know we're going to have some Bucks fans in the house. Get out here, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. Get some wings, get some flatbread pizza, and be a part of the evolution of Sports Talk Television. And if you don't know what this is, it's a live streaming show without a TV station, without a radio station, where you can say what you want to say if you're a Bulls fan, especially on away watch parties. And I know there's a lot of Bulls fans that like to come up here right now and say some things. And if you're a Bucks fan, this is for you. Where do you go to watch a Bucks game? Yeah, you can go to a watch party. It's a watch party. But you be a part of the evolution of Sports Talk Television, where we have sound effects, phone calls. We got it for you. We got it for the Tampa Bay sports fan. And we'll be back here tomorrow at 11 o'clock live from Tampa Joe's. All right, Peter is not fake news or sponsored by APEC. All right, well, thank you very much for that. We'll go to Instagram Live there. I think our buddy there, Rock Riley, is watching. Thanks a lot for watching, my friend. Doing great stuff over there at 620 WDAE 95.3. So once again, the story of the day, the Bucks. Bucks mine right now. I just turned the page from the Bulls. The Bulls take on UAB next week. That is a road game, so we'll be back here. I believe it is a road game. Is it not a road game? I believe it is a road game. And then they finish up with Rice. So still an opportunity here to build off of it, get a couple more victories here, finish with 9 wins, which is an improvement over last year. 2 consecutive years of 7 wins. Again, Coach Golish has got this program going in the right direction. A lot of positive things going on. The hiring of Rob Higgins, the hiring of Derek Brooks. You're going to have a new stadium here. It's just not that type of year right now to go to the college football playoff. Just not good enough versus Navy today. So UAB up next. Will be live here for that watch party. The time has not been announced, but if college football could do me a favor and not have a noon game, that would be great, because it certainly seems like all these noon starts, and it seems like the Bulls get off to a slow start. And fans are not able to come out. Nobody wants to come out and watch a noon football game. They want to come out and maybe watch a 3:30 or 7:30. So maybe college football will be good to us. But that time has not been determined yet. More than likely, it'll probably be a noon football game. We got you covered here live from Tampa Joe. So definitely get out here tomorrow as we get you ready for Bucks versus the Buffalo Bills. How you feeling, Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans? And once again, Bulls lose to Navy 41-38 to fall to 7-3. UAB next. And definitely keep on tuning in to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake, and do 3 things as we wrap it up for the night, for the day. Hopefully you're having a great day, Bulls fans. It's okay. Things will get better. They are getting already better. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially you Go Bulls fans, it's your time. We'll see you next time on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. As we always say on this show to wrap it up, Go Bulls.